Hey everybody, the Captain here, and telling you about one of our regular sponsors coming up. Not that he's coming up, he's been a regular sponsor, but coming up is unfortunately school. I hate seeing those back to school specials. But not just the K through 12 prison, but then the prison you get to pay for, called college. And you know the racket. Everyone is making you take at least half your classes have nothing to do with your major or degree. And the reason for that is not to make you well-rounded. That's the biggest farce and the biggest lie ever. It's to extract twice the amount of money out of you to get the same degree so you can employ a bunch of worthless people. Because if you look who majored in all these prerequisites, it's diversities and communications and sociology, basically any leftist Marxist crap that they can't get real productive employment in the real world, in the private sector. So they got to parasite and create little departments and fake studies that really have no use to anybody at all in society. So these parasites are going to parasite off of you anywhere to the tunes of tens of thousands, maybe even, well, I doubt 100,000 unless you're stupid enough to go to grad school. So why don't you do them a favor back? Why don't you undermine them? Go to academiccomposition.com. Look, you're still going to have to pay for the class, but that doesn't mean you have to suffer and write the papers. Academiccomposition.com will write your papers for you. And you say, isn't that immoral? Isn't it? Oh, you mean it's like not immoral to make you pay $500 for the 48th edition because the 47th edition of that book that the professor wrote and oh my goodness, they're your same professor is forcing you to buy? That's not immoral? Fight fire with fire. All right? Fuck morality. And again, I'll say it again for the cheap seats. Yeah, there are some professors who still have some kind of moral decency about them, and they'll kick your ass out of school and expel you from school from plagiarizing or whatever else. But the truth is 98% of the professors, especially in those liberal arts classes, do not care. They just want their money. Now, this doesn't mean you dangle it in their face. You gotta keep it quiet. And you know what? You take the risk that you get busted and you get expelled out of school. All right. Though I think schools are so desperate now for money nowadays. You'll find some school that'll take you. It's not that hard. I mean, just look at Martin Luther King Jr., the guy who, not the guy with the 95 Theses. Look at Martin Luther King. He has his doctorate and he plagiarized. So if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for you guys. Anyway, the plagiarism is not going to be possible because all works are original, and they also do graduate study classes, all right? And obviously they don't do fields that are real, like, accounting or medicine, things that matter. But if you got to take these, some touchy-feely leftist liberal bullshit class, consider academic composition. Go to academiccomposition.com, talk to Alex, he will take care of you. And then what else? Oh, and here's the other thing. You wouldn't want to do this, but again, this gets back to the morality. You know how corporation thinks it's so great to outsource American jobs overseas? Well, all you're doing is outsourcing homework. It's a mundane, stupid, pointless task that needs to be outsourced. You're just being as smart as the corporation. So if anyone gives you any shit, honestly, I mean, there's not that many people out there, but if I found out a guy says, yeah, I outsourced it, they're like, you're hired, you're smart. Like that dude who outsourced his job to China. He said he was a coder, a programmer, and he had some guy who's paying 20 grand and he was making 50. This is brilliant. Anyway, I wish that guy get promoted in my world. Anyway, consider it, academiccomposition.com. Support one of our sponsors, and hey, make your college life a lot easier. Toodles.